Breaking in the last hour. Warner Bros. Discovery says it is evaluating acquisition offers from multiple parties, which legally they realistically have to do for their shareholders. They have to get the best for the shareholders. So when everyone said that Warner Bros. Turned down the initial offer from Paramount Dance, that was it. It was done. It was dusted. No, because as I said, 20th Century Fox, Activision Blizzard, none of these companies were sold on the first offer. So yes, Warner Bros. Discovery is evaluating everything, and it's basically up for sale. Now, what is interesting is Zack Snyder's been posting a lot recently. Is he trying to tell us? And also Netflix is teasing some stuff. So Zack Snyder posted the Henry Cavill image that literally broke the internet. Then he posted the Joe Manganiello Deathstroke image that literally again broke the internet. Then Netflix decides to get in and teases Black Adam versus Superman. Now, who are the actual potential companies that are potentially throwing their name into the bag? So apparently Netflix is there. So it makes sense. Restore the Snyderverse could actually happen in the 21st century, potentially. Paramount, Skydance, Universal, Comcast have their name in the bag. So earlier this month, there was word about the recent merge. Paramount Skydance made an offer to purchase Warner Bros. Discovery. The initial offer was rebuffed, but we now have confirmation that the company is for sale, or at least they're considering it. In a lengthy press by WB's CEO David Zaslav revealed that they've received an unsolicited interest from multiple parties for the entire company, as well as Warner Bros. Separately, and are currently initiating a review of strategic alternatives. Whilst Warner Bros. Discovery continues to advance its previous announcement separation of Warner Bros. Discovery and Discovery Global, its board of directors today announced it has initiated a review of strategic alternative to maximize shareholder value in the light of the unsolicited interest that company has received from multiple parties for both the entire companies of Warner Bros. Through the process, Warner Bros. Discovery board will evaluate a broad range of strategic options, which will include continuing to advance the company's planned separation to completion by mid-2026, a transaction for entire company or separate transaction for its Warner Bros. And/or Discovery Global business. As part of the review, the company will also consider alternative separation structures that would enable a merger of Warner Bros. And spin-off of the Discovery Global. To our shareholders, we continue to make important strides to position our business to succeed in today's evolving media landscape by advancing our strategic incentives, returning our studio to industry leadership, and scaling HBO Max globally. We took a bold step preparing to separate the company into two distinct leading media companies, Warner Bros. And Discovery Global. We strongly believe that is the best path forward. Now, what is interesting is they've actually done a pretty good job. Even if you don't like David Zaslav, he's done a pretty good job. Warner Bros. Is the only studio this year, and this is mainly due to Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi, because they were behind the Minecraft and the horror. Warner Bros. Is the only company that is turned over, not made in profit, have turned over $4 billion at the box office. They've been very profitable. Literally every movie that Warner Bros. Has released this year has received some sort of profit or break-even point, to the point where it's the best performing studio this year. So it doesn't exactly say who's thrown a name in, but as we said, allegedly it's Comcast, Netflix, Universal, so on and so forth. But obviously, we can't create a monopoly here. I know somehow Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, but there's only certain companies that could potentially buy the company. Now, what would the state of the entire company mean for DC Studios, despite nonsensical rumors that Warner Bros. Is having a buyer's remorse about hiring James Gunn to shepherd the new DCU, and may indeed to use any potential purchase power or the merger excuse to fire him? It's highly unlikely the DC Studios or the current movie slate would be impacted in any significant degree. Gunn has already made it clear that his contract would remain secure one way or the other. Yeah, but they haven't renewed his contract. The contract wasn't renewed. Goes on to say the mention of potential Netflix as a buyer has caught the attention of Restore Snyderverse faithful, who also believe there may be something to Zack Snyder's continuing share photographs from his time on Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman. Like I said, he's posted the Joe Manganiello Deathstroke image. He's just got a new Instagram account, basically, but his reach is absolutely insane. How is this lad posting images that are new images of old work getting an ambiguous, insanely high return in terms of engagement? Absolutely insane. Zack Snyder's doing numbers by whatever he's posting. Is there anything to it? I don't know. Zassoff added, it's no surprise that the significant value of our portfolio is received in increased recognition by other markets after receiving interest from multiple markets. We have initiated a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives to identify the best path forward. So this is going to literally change Hollywood and the theater. If Netflix get it, it will literally change the landslide of entertainment. Paramount, Comcast, NBC Universal, and Netflix are the front runners. I don't believe Apple would actually try to do it, but it's no mystery that Zack's been posting some stuff. We've been hearing some stuff for a long time. If Netflix do end up buying it, James Gunn realistically wouldn't have any say. Netflix wants content over literally everything. So if this does end up happening, it would be the case where Netflix would ready the Armada. Like we said, people that want the Snyderverse restored, they want the Snyderverse. They want Justice League 2, 3, Man of Steel, and a Batfleck series. That's all they want, realistically. And I don't think they're going to fire James Gunn. That would not be a good move to fire him instantly, because the market share of DC is up tenfold. It's up quite a lot. So, but it would change the landslide of DC. It really would change the landslide of everything. So it's a very interesting development. We're going to follow it here on the Warstu channel. We will follow it. Warner Bros. Is up for sale. It's just a case of who gets it. If Netflix gets it, there is no way we don't get the Snyderverse returning because of Zack Snyder's work over there. And people say they would never work with Zack again. Yes, they would. So many people want this. In a wider world, I would want to have the DCU and the Snyderverse. Had James Gunn that, maybe things would have played out differently. Either way, the company, Warner Bros. Discovery, would still be up for being sold. It really would. No, everybody does not want Netflix, because Netflix, you would not be getting theatrical releases like you are now. Imagine if Netflix owned Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, DC, everything would be going straight to streaming. We would actually miss out on a lot of cinema. I know a lot of people criticize DC and Warner Bros. But without Warner Bros. And DC, there would be a lot less theatrical releases. And now people are calling for a release the Ayer cut. Let's slow down, lads. Nothing's been bought yet. Nothing's been sold yet. There's just interest out there. But it does make sense that the Ready the Armada, Zack Snyder's been posting a lot of stuff. Why has he been posting a lot of stuff? It is a very interesting thing that's come out. I mean, in an ideal world, Parent Skydance, potentially. But either way, I mean, Apple could step in. I mean, like we said, Activision Blizzard was somehow bought by Microsoft, even though Microsoft owns so much of the gaming world already. Very interesting development, how this is all going to play out and how it's all going to end. But either way, firing James Gunn is not the solution for DC. I don't think it would change. It can't really change the slate because Supergirl's already been filmed. Clayface has already been filmed. The Green Lantern's HBO Max show already been filmed. The Batman 2 will be filmed. The Batman Brave and Bold. It's not really going to change anything. It's just a case of what will they change going forward. So I will keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest stories to do with this, because this started off as absolute nonsense and there is somewhat truth to it. Is Netflix teasing that Netflix have deep pockets? But people say they have no money because they're hemorrhaging money. Netflix, 300 million plus users paying like $20 a month. The math is mathing. Paramount Skydance with the owner after that merger, they have a lot of money. NPC, they all have insane amounts of money. And because obviously we supported the Snyderverse and we still want to see the Armada, like a lot of people want to see that, because why wouldn't you want to see that? Even people that didn't like the first Justice League movie, that wasn't really Zack Snyder's movie, everybody wants to see it. Is it over for James Gunn? Warner Bros. Is taking power away from James Gunn? No, they're not. Not at all. That's not happening. James Gunn is literally still going to be there. I don't know if they'll renew his contract. It's a bit weird. They haven't at the moment. But we are going to get Clayface. We are going to get Supergirl. We are going to get Lanterns. We are going to get Man of Tomorrow. And we also are going to get the Batman Brave and the Bold whenever they make it. But it's interesting. And it'd be interesting to see what the new owners do. Sure, they will have to fulfill all the current contracts with all the current employees. Sure. But that doesn't mean they will. There's a lot of politics at play here. So likewise, guys, let us know. Is Zack Snyder teasing something? Is Netflix teasing something? That's a corporation. Why are they starting to post about the Snyderverse? I don't know, lads. So likewise, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And I will catch you in another video, guys, very soon. Catch ya later.